It's officially fall and I'm so excited to experience my first fall season. It's so cozy and the leaves are changing color and it kind of got me a little introspective. We live in a world which is constantly throwing messages at us about what we should be, how we should act, what we should aspire to be. No wonder we got so confused about the simplest thing, being ourselves. As you know, this channel is all about identity and self-discovery and understanding how to live an authentic life. I've been on this journey for a very long time, and from time to time, I found myself searching for this one particular question: how to be yourself. It took me some time to realize how misleading this question is in the first place. But before we dive deeper into why this question might be holding you back, I want to let you know that I've created a self-discovery workbook for this particular video. It's free and I'll link it down in the description below for you to download it. Make sure you stick till the end of this video and I'll explain you how to use it to maximize its impact on your personal journey. Now let's get into why the question, how to be yourself, might be the reason you're feeling lost. First of all, asking how to be yourself implies that there's a formula or a step-by-step guide to unlocking your true self. It suggests that there is a version of you somewhere out there that you need to find and bring back to yourself, and only then you can live authentically. But that's where it gets tricky. Authenticity isn't a destination, it's a state of being. It's something that comes from within. Learning to trust yourself by making your own decisions, listening to your instincts, not from trying to live up to a predetermined image or set of rules. Think about it. When you ask someone how to be yourself, you're looking for an external answer to something deeply personal. It's like asking someone else what your favorite food should be. I mean, no one can tell you how to be you, right? Secondly, who are you really trying to be? I know that currently our culture is obsessed with self-improvement and growth. We're constantly told to be the best versions of ourselves. But sometimes it gets tangled with other people's ideas of what best should look like. Society, social media, family, friends, they all influence us, and sometimes even without us realizing it. So when you ask how to be yourself, it might be an indication that you're feeling some pressure to fit into a box. Whether it's how you dress, how you talk, or what life path you choose, there's always a quiet whisper in your head asking, am I doing it right? This question becomes especially tough when you spent years being a people pleaser and trying to fit other people's expectations. Maybe you've adapted so much to what others want that you're not even sure what you want anymore. And that's completely normal. It happens to everyone at some point. And here's the catch. The more you chase other people's version of you, the more disconnected you feel from your own sense of self. And that's when you start asking questions like, how can I be myself? But let's break down what being yourself really means. For starters, it doesn't mean always being confident or being fully self-aware every moment of the day. It's not always about being at your best, most polished, or happiest version. Being yourself means accepting your quirks, your imperfections, and your constantly changing nature. It means accepting that who you are today might look entirely different from who you were yesterday. And that's okay. In fact, it's a good thing. A lot of pressure comes from this idea that we have to figure out who we are and then stick to it, as if there's a single, unchanging version of us just waiting to be unlocked. But in reality, we're always evolving. Who you are in your 20s is different from who you are in your 30s and 40s and beyond. So instead of thinking of yourself as a puzzle to be solved, think of it as a process to be embraced. Here's where the question becomes even more dangerous. When you ask how to be myself, you're implying that you're not already doing it, that somehow you're not enough or you're doing it wrong. This can lead to a spiraling self-doubt, making you feel like there is something missing or broken in you. And that's where the feeling of being lost comes from. But I have news for you. You're already yourself. Every choice you've made, every moment you've lived, every thought you've had, It's all you. You don't need to become someone else or reach some magical level of enlightenment to be yourself. You just need to stop second guessing and trust that you're already here. And lastly, the biggest roadblock to being yourself is the need for permission. Whether you're waiting for approval from your friends, family, or even society, this constant desire for validation is what's holding you back. It keeps you from expressing your true opinions, trying out new things, and taking risks. Here's a little secret. No one is going to give you the permission to be yourself. No one is qualified to tell you who you are. It's something you claim for yourself, not something you earn from others. The next time you feel like you need someone's approval to be who you are, ask yourself, why? Are you seeking external validation because you don't trust your own instincts, or because deep down you fear rejection? If it's the latter, remind yourself that being accepted by others means nothing if you're rejecting yourself in the process. If you're still wondering how to be yourself, the real question you need to ask is, how can I embrace who I already am? Here are a few ways to start. First, get comfortable with discomfort. Being yourself isn't always easy, especially when you've spent a lot of time hiding parts of yourself to fit in. So you have to accept that discomfort is a part of this process. It's a sign that you're growing. Second, let go of labels. Stop trying to define yourself by rigid categories or labels. You don't have to be the funny one or the serious one all the time. Allow yourself to be fluid and multidimensional, and just have fun being yourself. Third, tune into your inner voice. Spend time reflecting on what really matters to you and what you've been told should matter to you. Meditating, journaling, or simply being mindful can help you reconnect with your inner self. Fourth, take small risks. Authenticity often requires stepping out of your comfort zone. So try sharing your real thoughts in a conversation, or wear that outfit that you really like but have been too scared to try. Little by little, these small acts of bravery will help you shed the layers you've built up to protect yourself. Fifth, accept your flaws. No one is perfect, and that's the part that makes you uniquely you. Stop hiding your flaws or pretending to be someone you're not. In fact, people are drawn to authenticity, not perfection. So if you've been asking how to be myself, it's time to stop asking and start living. The truth is, there is no magical answer because you've been yourself all along. You don't need a roadmap, just the willingness to embrace who you are in the moment. And as mentioned at the beginning of this video, I've attached a self-discovery workbook in the description below. It's packed with exercises to help you explore who you are and take the first step towards the journey of self-acceptance. It's designed to help you go even deeper into embracing the real you. Trust yourself, follow your instincts, and remember, being yourself isn't about reaching an ideal version of yourself, but about loving who you really are. If you want to learn more about self-discovery, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you every Thursday. Do let me know what you think about the workbook. You can mention it in the comments below. See you next time. Bye.